Welcome to another edition of Showtime with Coop. Insightful BS with my Laker teammates and
And
NBA
me.
legends. And today we'll have no teammates, no legends, and I don't have no ears. Wow, look at that, like that.
Whoa,
Anyway,
that's
we're
really messed
powered
up.
by Prize Pick. You know, our sponsors, without them, Nick, we wouldn't be who we are, man. And we wouldn't be alive today or we wouldn't be on air. But we want to thank them for their sponsorship. Folks, this is going to be a short one. I have
But before you go, Prize Picks sponsors the Big Three too.
oh, I didn't know that. All right.
Yes, yeah,
Big
just
three
coincidence.
basketball. So
It's a
we're
Big
getting an
Three
opportunity.
basketball league.
Yeah. All right. Well,
So you got to
thank
tell,
you,
you got to.
Prize Picks. Baby, there you go. You make it happen on all levels for me.
PrizePicks.com/CLNS and Coop gives you $100 on your next fantasy sports bet. Actually, Prize Picks give it to you, but in Coop's name.
Yeah. Got to put that promo code in, right?
Yep, CLNS. That's it, baby.
Okay. All right. Now that we have that out of the way, let's get the good stuff out of the way. We were going to get into, Nick, a part two of winning time. But I have been in total denial of the show, so I haven't watched anything. So we got to save that for the next time.
Coop,
What?
Coop. Sadly, it got canceled.
I know, it got
Okay,
canceled.
are
But
you
I
sad about
honestly,
that?
what?
Are you sad about that?
No, I'm not sad at all. I think it should have been canceled from the beginning. But I really believe that they're going to bring that show back with the Writers Guild and all that's going on, the
I think
strike.
so too.
I think so because
I
I
hope
think
so.
a lot of people unfortunately like that thing. You know, they like the controversy. They like thinking
Coop.
that they got the inside look of the Lakers, and they never did.
I think people were like me, for instance. I did not like season one. I was on in your camp, but season two was so good up until they canceled it. So I'm hoping they bring it back. The guy who
Well,
plays Larry Bird is identical, even down to the pimples, Coop, down to the pimples and the ugly white face. I mean, the dude's ugly as sin, but he can
well,
shoot.
the real Showtime, Mr. Perlman's book is about that thick, and they only
Mm.
have played that much of the show. So
That's right.
anyway, yeah, well, whatever.
We had Perlman ready to come on too, Coop. He said, "Wait and
Well,
see if they bring it back on the air." He's dying to come on with you.
anyway, we're moving on, and now let's talk about we got a new NBA season coming up on us, and it
Yeah.
looks like it's going to be a good one. Had a lot of movement. We're not going to
Yep.
get into all the movement because on the next show, I'm going to bring in a guest, and we're going to really open the season up next week.
Nice.
We'll open the season up the right way, but I want to talk about the Lakers that I see on TV. Unfortunately, you know what? Exhibition season to me is important, but it's really not important. You do want to win some games, but you're looking at a lot of the new talent that you're bringing in, and the Lakers have a plethora of new talent. I think that's going to definitely help them. So we're going to examine just the Lakers today. We'll touch a little bit on that team back east that has green. Well, just a little bit. That's a very, very little bit. And Nick likes that. He see him pumping his.
Coop,
Yeah.
before you go on about the Lakers, I'm going to see Queen tonight at Boston Garden. I'll snap a couple photos of the banners for you and text them over to you. You know, especially 84.
First of all, who's Queen?
The band, Queen.
I've never
Another
heard of.
one bites the dust. Another one bites the
Oh, okay.
dust. Come
That is
on.
okay. That
Yeah, they got
sounds
a
like
new singer.
well, it's the ideal place for them to be playing at Boston Garden because another one's gonna bite the dust back there because they ain't winning and coming out the East this year. And the little bit I have seen of that team, they suck, man. They really do.
Oh, come
They
on,
listen.
bro.
How you get rid of Marcus Smart, your heart and soul? How you get rid of what was the big guy? The
It
big
doesn't
shot blocker.
matter, dude. Rob Williams, they brought in Drew Holiday, bro.
Who?
Drew Holiday.
Man, give me a break.
He's
What's
the
he gonna
best
do?
defender since you. By the way, Worthy was on. He was. I think he was on All in the Smoke. One of those last week. Man, he was giving you praise, James Worthy, big time, big
Well,
time.
Worthy's my guy, man. You
I
know,
know that. I know you paid him.
I had a lot of teammates through about 12 years with the Lakers, and I became close with a lot of them. And but my guy is Magic. I mean, he and I came into that together, and we kind of, yeah, Magic's my guy. But Worthy's up there too. I like big
Coop,
game.
let me tell you what he said. He said something like, they were trying to put him in a position where he had to say who would make it from your era today and vice versa. And I believe he said, I'd like to see half the players in the league today go up against Michael Cooper defending them, which I thought was amazing. It's true. I saw it. I witnessed it.
I'd like to see so. I'd like to go up against some of the players today too. I mean, these guys are good. Don't knock them or anything like that. But
and
it would
strong.
have been a challenge, and that's what basketball is about. When you play professional sports, you want to go against the best. So it would be. I would love to see myself against Klay Thompson.
Yeah, man.
Steph Curry.
Running off screens, dude.
I don't think I can guard LeBron James. LeBron's a big boy. I don't think I can guard him. He would be difficult to guard.
Well, you guarded Larry. Aren't they about the same? I mean, Larry's a little bit smaller than LeBron, but Larry was very strong. No?
True. But LeBron got shoulders, man. You see
those
football shoulders, man. LeBron put that shoulder on you.
Oh, man.
Out of the way. I'll tell you this. I would think twice when I saw him coming to take a charge. And I never used to think that. Karl Malone, I stood in front of him. Fat ass Rick Mahorn, I stood in front of him.
How about Giannis? Would you take a charge from Giannis? Because he
bulldozes. I mean, you'd have to just watch his knee, but he don't have. I mean, Giannis is thin. But yeah, I mean, that's part of the game. That's what I did. I took on the dirty stuff and taking a charge. LeBron, I saw him coming. I'd have to okay, am I going to be able to get up from this first? Second, am I going to be able to survive from this? And
third, you're going to get called for the foul. And third, it's today's NBA, Coop. You're going to get called for a block if you try to take a charge on LeBron. Are you kidding me?
You're taking it for free, huh? I'm not exactly. I'm not taking no free. Anyway, before we got off that, got into that Boston and all that Queens and all that.
Yeah,
my Lakers. They look Christian Wood. I like that acquisition, picking him up there. I like Taurean Prince. I like him. I think there's going to be some great pieces to go along with what they have. I think Gabe Vincent is another big good time pickup. But you know what? The Lakers have a young man coming off their bench that played last year sparingly, but played into the D League or G League? D League.
Yeah, I got it screwed up. G League.
Well, that league that they have. This kid Max
didn't you win a championship there? Wait a minute. Didn't you win a title there?
Yeah.
I know.
See, you know what? They don't confuse the letters so much. I don't know whether it was the G League or the D League.
Or the D League then.
I won in that other league that the NBA spot has. Let's call it, what do they call it in baseball? Your minor league.
Farm team.
Minor team. But no, it's the D League this year. I won in it when it was the G League. So, but this kid, Max Christie, that played, I think he's really vying for a rotation spot in the Lakers, and he's shooting the ball extremely well. I think at times he tries to do a little bit too much. Stick to what you do well. Just sit over there in the corner with your hands open and ready to catch the ball and shoot. But the Lakers I think they'll finish in the top 5 this year.
It's going to be
what, pardon me?
I do too. Who do you have ahead of them?
Well, you got to take the reigning champs. Until somebody beat them, you have to pick them. I think Phoenix is going to be a problem if they can gel and put that together. I think the Clippers always give the Lakers a hard time. I think the Clippers are going to be like a 2-3 team, well, 1-2-3. But again, let's just give Denver the top nod because they're the champions. So Clippers, I think Phoenix will be up there. Sacramento can't discard them. They're going to be up there when the time's set. So
Dallas.
I don't see Dallas. No, I think Dallas will play well, Dante, but they're not going to be a team that's going to win.
Kyrie says he wants to be there. He wished that they drafted him from the beginning. Of course, he told Boston that.
Who's this?
Kyrie. He said that in Brooklyn. He said that in Boston. I mean, his media day personality is so much better than his Christmas personality. I mean, by that time, he's already been ejected. He's been suspended, and he's pissed off.
Well,
anyway. Hey, it's Nick from Showtime with Coop, and I've got something exciting to share with you all this week. If you're anything like me, you're always on the lookout for fun and simple ways to play daily fantasy sports. Let me tell you, you have to check out my new go-to place. That's PrizePicks. Seriously, this is the most fun I've had playing fantasy sports and winning up to 25 times my money this football season. And here's how it works.
You could select 2 or more players, like for instance, say Saquon Barkley for more than 60 yards. Then just pick more or less on their projected stats and submit your entry. It's that easy. And the best part? It's just you against the numbers. No pros, no sharks, no tricks, right? It's just you against the established numbers. Recently, I tried out their weekly promotion, and you know what? Taco Tuesday is where it's at. Every Tuesday, Prize Picks discounts select player projections up to 25% to give even more value. So not only is it easy and thrilling, but there's potential for some really serious returns on your entries. And if you've played with other platforms in the past, let me tell you what. Once I switched to Prize Picks, I genuinely thought, why the heck did I wait so long? Now here's the cherry on top of the cake for you all. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use the code CLNS for a first-time deposit match up to $100. Yep, you heard that right, folks. Again, that's prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS. And always remember, daily fantasy sports is made easy with Prize Picks.
I'm not looking to the Mavericks because we beat them back in the 80s, and when Daryl Harper dribbled the ball out, he thought they were winning, and he dribbled the ball out and gave us an opportunity to win. He shocked the shit out of me, man, when the guy was there. But I love Hart. Hart was a great player, but you know what? That was only one flaw, and I'm glad it was a flaw
that was
for him to win a championship. But that was
embarrassing.
Dallas they'll be in the mix too, but I'm talking about teams that's going down the wire, and I think the Lakers will be there again. And we knock on wood about the Lakers as long as they stay healthy. And I hate to use that in the same.
That's so important
with
though.
The Lakers, but
it's
that's
so
how
important.
The NBA is now.
And especially with you got a 40-year-old LeBron. Anthony Davis says he wants to play 82 games this year, dude. You know what? I don't even know what I would do. I'll give you my house if Anthony Davis plays 82 games. I'll go homeless.
Well, Nick, you know what?
I got a better one, Coop. I got a better one. Ben Simmons wants to play 82 games. Now, I will tell you this. Ben has looked phenomenal in preseason, even shooting.
You know what? Somebody texted me something that I said. I was in our show, or I was on another show or whatever, but they texted me, Ben Simmons made more money sitting out than I did playing.
That was me and you, our show. That was our show.
Yeah, but because a friend of mine saw it,
heard
and
it,
texted it to me, man. And you know what? God bless him. I hope so. First of all, I hope he's good mentally, and the depression thing is over with, and he's got over that hump. But again, I think with the new rules the NBA got, where no 2 superstars can be out, I love that shit. I love that too, man. I think, because it's the fans that are suffering, and that's the important thing. And they made the rule where you got to have your butt. If you're not going to play, you got to be on the bench.
That's right, and it should be that way.
Whether they see you in uniform or they see you in street clothes, at least they
take one of those.
Exactly. So, but
Coop,
with all that going on,
Coop, you could game that load management rule, but even back in your day, you could game it. If you're gonna get suspended or fined, it's gonna curb it. It has to. It has to. And you're totally right. Like, as a fan, a young fan going to see games, if McHale was out, I wanted to see him on the bench.
Yeah.
If Magic was out, I wanted to
get his autograph or something.
Yes, like just to see him.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
But my whole thing with that is that, and again, I think it's starting to come back. In the 80s, we wanted to play. You didn't want to sit out, or at least give it a try. And just to sit out because you're tired, to me, that's not an excuse, because that's what you do. You get paid to play. Think about the average guy going to work, man. That my uncle went to work at Vons. He was tired many days, but he knew if he had to go because he had to get paid. So again,
I'm tired right now, and I'm
more luck. Go ahead.
I'm tired right now, and I'm working with you right now. We went to work, dude. We both didn't want to do this today, Coop, but we're working. We're not load management.
It's 8:00 for me. It's what, 11 for you, so you almost at the afternoon time.
But here's the thing: you've been up since 8 Eastern. We've been texting since 5 a.m. for you, and your favorite show's not even on today. Like, what the hell, man?
Excuse me. Yeah, let's go. Anyway, back to our Lakers, because we get so side road with
which is what makes it great.
But that's
That's what makes
you
it
know
good.
what, Nick? That's the beauty of this podcast. I love it because we don't have to really stay by any rules. I hope the people that are listening enjoy our talks because it's like we're sitting on
Anything
a
goes,
couch.
man. Yeah, it
Uh,
is. That's what it's supposed to be
yeah,
like on the couch,
yeah.
right, man?
No,
So
you see some of these.
The
You
Lakers
see some of
offense.
these. Hold up, Nick. You see some of these podcasts and guys that are all sitting up
Oh,
and they're rigid and they're trying to go by a script. You know what? Hey,
I
God
hit
bless you.
next,
God bless
next,
you. Yeah.
next. I want to when I'm watching a podcast, Coop. I want to feel like I'm a fly on the room with like you and Magic or you and
Yeah.
whomever. I want to be like just watch you have a conversation. When people start podcasts with that broadcast voice, like "Hey, welcome to," I flip. No, I'm not listening to that. Anyway, the Lakers offense, dude, looks really good. I mean, even though they lost Saturday night to Golden State, they won majority of the game. Second half of the game, none of the stars played, and LeBron had dinner on the bench. He went and got showered and changed and came out as a
Didn't like
spectator.
that. I didn't like
I
that.
didn't either, bro.
Again, he's
It,
LeBron James, but still you gotta have respect for the game, man. If you sit over there, I don't mind the guy eating, but go ahead, eat in the locker room, and then when you come out, and be part of the team. To sit on the end of the bench eating,
and got
yeah,
changed.
yeah.
He
But
got changed. He got changed. He went in the
I don't
Lakers.
mind that. I don't
You
mind
don't?
that. It was the eating
No.
part for me. No, I mean you understood he wasn't gonna play, so yeah, let the guy get changed, and that happened with us several times.
Really?
Guys would go get changed if you got hurt or something like that, and you didn't go to the doctor and you knew you weren't going to play. You put your clothes on and come, but you be part of the team. But don't be like a spectator sitting over there because they got the fans right next to the bench now. I thought he was somebody that paid for
I know.
eating over there. Yeah, I reckon. Oh, that's LeBron James. Okay. Anyway, but
He won't be doing that during the
no,
season.
what?
He won't be doing that during the season. Coop, were you one of those guys that like preseason you kind of dogged it? Like we know McAdoo didn't start playing until like February. Like for you, like did you start right from the beginning? I think so. You have that
Oh, I
energy,
never
man.
dogged it. I played
Never
hard
dogged
right
it.
from the beginning, exhibition season, right into the season, in the playoffs. When it was over, you can rest and dog it afterwards. Then, okay, you may cut your preparation for getting ready for the season next year. You may not run as hard or many miles, but no, when the basketball season starts, I was ready
When
to
did
play.
Dew start playing? When did Bob McAdoo start really kicking it in? February, March?
You know what? We need to get him on the show and
I
bring him
know,
on
man.
and let him answer a question. Uh,
We should do a whole show on that. Anyway,
um,
who do you think the Lakers' biggest obstacle is, though? I mean, going in besides injuries, because I think health is their biggest.
Themselves.
If they're,
I think
yeah,
the biggest obstacle is themselves. If
that's
guys
good.
come in and they don't gel quick enough and they don't gel fast enough, or as the season progresses, I think what you're going to see the first 20, 25 games is the Lakers finding out about themselves. And once that happens, I think then they're going to take it to another level. But again, as we say, that one thing that we don't want to always use in the Lakers sentence, if they're injury free, but that's pretty much all teams in the NBA. But
Yep.
injuries are part of the game, and that's why you field 15 players because somebody goes down, next player up. And I think that's
Yep.
the fun part about it. But Lakers are going to cause some problems. I think they're going to do some things that people didn't think them to do. And I hope that I am putting pressure on them
Yeah.
indirectly. Because I'm a Laker fan, I think they can win a championship. This is their best time. I thought they were going to win it last year. I'm a little
And the year
disappointed.
before, and the year before, and the year
Well, no,
before.
there's a couple. I
You
had
were right about
Laker hope.
2020.
I had Laker hope a couple of years. I had Laker hope, but in my basketball mind, I knew it wasn't going to happen. But I'm going to always believe they can. But this year, it's all together. The hope and in my basketball mind, they can do it. But like we
Like
said, they got some good pieces to the puzzle to help them.
so, when you're saying health, I mean, back on my side of the coast, it's the same issue here because you're talking about often injured Kristaps Porzingis, and with that trade, they evacuated the front line, so there's no real backup for him and 38-year-old Al Horford. That's Boston's biggest issue right now. But I think we might have a Lakers Celtics finals. Like this is one of our biggest things. We say it every year, but I really think so. I think that the Lakers are the best they've been since 2020 for sure.
Listen,
When they
our
won,
sponsor Prize Pick would love that to happen, but that shit
yeah,
ain't happening because Boston ain't doing shit this year. Those guys
dude,
suck
you're
like that.
wrong.
Listen, you know what? I think this is, and I watched, what was it, the Boston Philly the other day.
I
There is
thought
a
that was
lot of pressure on Brown. And I think he's
Oh
going to
yeah.
start feeling that because you got to come. But, and again, hey, God bless him. He got a max contract. But again, when you get those, fans look at you differently, man. Ownership, management looks at you differently. And some of your teammates are looking at you differently.
Well,
When
let
they
me ask
threw
you a
you,
question. Is AD feeling the same pressure? Because he got a bigger contract a couple months after.
I think he has a better supporting cast than Brown.
No.
Yeah. I think
LeBron.
Lakers. I think the Laker players down the line are better. Like you said, Porzingis. This guy's always hurt. He's going to play a couple of games, and the games he plays, he looks good in them. But
He
can you
looks
get a
really
whole
good.
season out of him? So I think AD has a better supporting cast than Brown does.
Who backs up AD?
I think Tatum is. I'm not talking about Tatum. I'm talking about the other people that's going to come in and provide support. Tatum is going to do his thing always. Love that kid
I
anyway.
love him.
Brown, and that's what I'm saying. So I think AD and LeBron. I think Jackson Hayes is better. I think Max Lewis is better. I think Vanderbilt. You got Torian Prince is really showing out to me. The guy almost looks like me, except his hair is in braids and longer. And he wears 12, and I wore 21. So you reverse
21.
the numbers, and you're going to get Michael Cooper reincarnated.
No, Cooper, they
So,
better not, Coop. They better retire that fucking number, man. I don't understand what she's thinking. She wants to, I'm sorry, it's the lady, but what Jeannie's thinking. She wants to retire 2 LeBrons and not Michael Cooper or Byron Scott or I mean, this just doesn't make sense. I know we could talk about this all the time and you're limited in what you could say, but I'm going to say it out loud. As an NBA fan, a Celtics fan, an NBA fan, it absolutely incenses me when she talks about retiring 2 jerseys for LeBron. And yet she's leaving behind players that helped take that franchise from being the Celtics also ran to being really the team, the premier franchise in the NBA, surpassing the Celtics. It was you guys that did that. Why is Fisher retired I just don't get it. Like, can we start a petition? What will Jeannie listen to?
what I
What's her
would
favorite
like,
dinner?
and first of all, you get off of my owner. Get off G plus. Okay?
You mean your governor? Your governor.
She's as personal and what word could I use? She's as personable to me as Dr. Buss was. That's how I feel about Jeannie because she was in her preparation stages as we were going through this. So you are not allowed to say anything bad about
Fair
her.
enough. I
And
didn't say bad.
if you
Bad
do,
decision.
I'm gonna. If you do,
I'll hide.
I will fly to Boston and kick your ass. Anyway, what I would like, and this is the one thing I admire about the Boston Celtic organization. There are some players that needed to have their jerseys not retired, but they didn't. But what they did is they hung a flag.
Yeah.
And they had a flag of everybody's not, and that
Yep.
that there was impressive to me. I don't like many things about Boston, but that there was impressive about to me. And I think the Lakers should do that because, as you said, there's so many players and pieces of the puzzle that goes along. Robert Ory needs his number retired. I think
Right.
all the championships that he's won, but I understand the criteria for the ability to have your jersey retired. The one they keep telling me, and I don't know why, Coop, you were an all-star. Okay, well, I understand that. But
Yeah, but you
I
played
do
with
believe
4
that
All-Stars, Coop. What were they going to have? 5 Lakers All-Stars in the All-Star game? I mean, you were
yeah,
Defensive Player of the Year.
yeah.
You can't. So when they say that, Coop, you weren't an All-Star, that's like saying, all right, well, let's pick Coop instead of his own teammates, Kareem, Magic, Scott, whoever, Worthy.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
that just
that's
wasn't
how it went.
realistic, though. Yeah, but that's not realistic. You
That's
can't
how
have
it went.
5 Lakers on the same All-Star team. Who else is going to play?
That's how it went.
That's wrong.
That's how it went. So I mean, I know it doesn't make sense to me either. But
Was Fisher ever an All-Star? Fisher was never an All-Star, was he?
no, I don't think so.
His
And that's
number's
why he
retired,
was
isn't it? Isn't his
no.
number retired? Are you
Derek
sure?
Fisher.
I
If
thought
Derek
Fisher.
Fisher's number is hanging up in there next time I go there, then there's some shit gonna go
Then
on.
we're all going up to Jeannie's office. You're letting me talk about her. No, I respect Jeannie, obviously. She doesn't even know who I am.
But neither here nor there. But I do think they need to hang a banner with people's numbers up there because championships are won by teams, not individuals. And yeah, you got your individuals that show out and shine, but still, those people under the scene, myself, Byron Scott, Norm
Yeah.
Nixon. I think Norm's number needs to be hanging up there.
Norm
So,
should be up there. Yeah. I mean, and truthfully, I think like with Boston, even like Boston sports fans, but maybe not diehard Celtics fans, they make fun of the Celtics for all the retired numbers they have, right?
I don't care.
I don't either. They contributed to
Yeah.
17 titles like you.
Yeah.
What might be a good compromise is like at the Garden, they have a museum you could go through. It's like almost like Yankee Stadium. The Lakers have Statuary Park or whatever, but if the Lakers put some sort of a display, maybe had your, not just you, but had your sneakers there, or what I mean?
I think Kurt Rambis number
Rambis's
retired.
There you go. Rambis's goggles.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff like that where fans can appreciate, and then your accomplishments, because young fans, like we said, they still don't appreciate the past.
Yeah.
So that's a great way to keep it current. But I'm belaboring this, Coop. I think we're back on the Lakers, and I hope that LA does well, because the NBA is better when the Lakers and the Celtics are really good.
Well, as much as I don't want that to happen, I think it would be good for the league. I'm trying to get the Lakers over the 18 championships, so we can say too. Boston really sucks because we got more championships than them. But again, I hear what you're saying would be ideal. And you almost had a Lakers Celtic championship game almost every decade, haven't we?
Every decade but the 90s.
The 90s.
But you guys did. The Lakers did, but not the Celtics.
Yeah. 2000 is when the Lakers and Celtics met, and Kobe
won. Wait a minute.
That.
Did the Lakers win any in the late 90s? No. So both teams were out of it in the 90s. Probably the worst decade in basketball, the 90s, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, we could argue that, but I mean, I don't want to today, but that's a good conversation for another day. My opinion is the NBA was completely watered down and offense was terrible. Defense and offense in particular was terrible in the 90s. I mean, when you got to pull that 3-point line in, I mean, Jordan's field goal percentage went up 10%. He became a 3-point shooter overnight because they pulled the line in.
But you know what? Maybe that was good, because had the Lakers and the Celtics had their heads above water, there wouldn't have been a Bulls championship.
That would be great. I would love that. I'd rather the Lakers and Celtics square off again in the 90s. I mean, think about it. Magic doesn't get sick. Bird doesn't get the back. They were only in their 12th year in the league, dude. They could have done it 5 or 6 more years. And in that case, you maybe would not have retired. Well, you retired before.
Well, I wouldn't have retired. I mean, I think because we went through our change had we stayed on top, because I left in 91.
Right, the year before they went. Did you play in the finals against the the Bulls?
No, that was it. Well, I left in 90. So
right. 91, you and Kareem were the same year, right? You didn't play with Divock, did you?
No, I played a couple of years, but Kareem and I left out that year. And Pat Riley.
That was the big one. I want to see you in the old man rocking chair at the center court. I'm not going to let this go. I'm still going. I'm right in the hall. I actually just bought train tickets to go to Springfield. I've never been to the Basketball Hall of Fame. It's about an hour from here.
You gotta go.
I've going
been there twice. It's really impressive, man.
Have you been there since they renovated it and everything?
No.
How many years ago?
That was about 10 years ago that I went. But it was like
they redid the whole thing.
That's what I heard.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, and so I'm excited to go. But when I'm there, I'm going to look for the Dropbox for comment cards and put about 7,000 of them in there. 3,500 for Cornbread, 3,500 for Coop. Let's get the 2 guys in, man. That's my dream, man. I want you guys in there. I just want to be there when you get inducted. In the audience. I don't have to be, do a speech or anything. On that note, Coop.
There you have it. We're going to end on that note right there. Nick is trying to get me, and of all people, Cornbread Maxwell into
Hey, listen, man. You got to include college career, right? He had a dynamite college career. He's been with the Celtics longer than anyone. He's been there 40 years. Tommy's dead. He's the longest tenured Celtic. He's won a title as a player and as a broadcaster. And he's Max. I mean, that would make my life if he got in the Hall of Fame. I'd be like you.
Max, I like Cornbread.
Yeah, I was saying, if it's you and Cornbread, I'll be like, my co-host and my 2 closest friends in the NBA are going to the fucking Hall of Fame. On that note, Coop.
There you have it. We'll be back next week to really dig into the NBA and get some of these other teams. The next show, get into these other teams that we didn't get a chance to dig deep on. But you know what? I like the NBA now, the way the teams have performed. I'm really anxious to see the Lakers play tonight. They play the Milwaukee Bucks, the new revamped Bucks, so it's going to be interesting to see that. Celtics got some things working that we didn't touch about because, again, now I think with the Celtics, their coaching staff is going to be questioned after this year, so they better get it down on
Sam
that end.
Cassell is there now, and they just hired Jeff Van Gundy, dude, last
I
night.
heard that, yeah. So we're going to see a lot of things going on. Stay tuned to the next Showtime with Coop podcast, because we're going to always keep you updated, and we're going to always make you laugh, because that's what we're about, having fun and enjoying sports. Nick, take care. We out.
Another one bites the dust, baby. Later.
Later.
Thanks,